Hello students, so in our earlier lecture we studied about TM mode, mathematical solutions. What was TM mode? In TM mode, Hz was 0 while Ez was not 0, the solution of which was obtained through wave equation, which was like this: sine m pi x by a plus bm cos m pi x by a multiplied by cn sin n pi y by b plus dn cos n pi y by b exponential minus j beta g z minus j beta g z represents that wave was propagating in positive z direction. Okay, so after applying boundary conditions, we obtained the value of Ex, Ey, Hx, Hy and Ez obviously, okay, in the form of sine and cos terms. So let's see the formula for TM wave like we derived for TE mode. So first we'll see the cutoff frequency. Cutoff frequency is the frequency above which cutoff frequency is the lowest frequency that could propagate within a waveguide. If the frequency of impressed signal is greater than the cutoff frequency, the wave will propagate, and if f is less than fc, then the attenuation will occur. The wave will not propagate, or you could say the wave will be attenuated within a short distance, or you could say the wave will not propagate. Anything could be possible depending upon the waveguide and frequency. So what is the cutoff frequency? We derived it for TE wave. It will be same in TM mode also, which will be 1 over under root 2 pi under root mu epsilon m pi by a, which is kx square plus ky square, and pi by b whole square, which is equal to 1 by 2 under root mu epsilon m by a square plus n by b square. Now see this value 1 by under root mu epsilon is Vp, or you could say it is equal to C, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second velocity of light, when mu is equal to mu naught and epsilon is equal to epsilon naught. Means for free space condition, this value is equal to the velocity of light. Now what will happen if this waveguide is filled with dielectric? So what will happen if this waveguide is filled with dielectric of permittivity epsilon r? So wherever epsilon comes, it will be equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, right? So Fc will become, this is the case for dielectric filled waveguide. Fc is equal to 1 over 2 under root mu naught epsilon r m by a whole square plus n by b whole square, which is equal to c by 2 under root epsilon r m by a square plus n by b square. So all the equations will change accordingly for dielectric waveguide. Wherever epsilon comes, it will become equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r. Okay, so now let's see the another equation, which is for phase constant beta g. Phase constant for TM mode beta g, it will be same as the TE mode, which is equal to omega under root mu epsilon under root 1 minus Fc by F whole square. Okay, now comes the waveguide velocity. Or group velocity Vg, which is equal to Vg was equal defined as Vg is equal to omega by beta g. This equation, from this equation you can determine the value of Vg, which is equal to 1 by under root mu epsilon under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. For free space condition, this will become Vp under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. This Vp is equal to C for free space. This Vp is equal to C over under root epsilon r for dielectric field equation. So for free space, Vg is equal to C over under root 1 minus fc by f whole square, and for dielectric field waveguide, Vg will become equal to C by under root epsilon r. Okay, we'll put epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r. So this will become, Vg will become C by under root epsilon r under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. Now next comes guide wavelength. Lambda g. What is lambda g? You can write it directly or you can derive like this. Lambda g will become, how do you define lambda g? Is 2 pi by beta g, or beta g is 2 pi by lambda. So from that equation we could write lambda g is equal to 2 pi by beta g, so which is equal to, after putting the value of beta g from the above equation, beta g is omega 2 pi f under root mu epsilon under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. Lambda g is equal to Vp by f under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. Vp by f is the lambda of the impressed frequency, or the frequency which is being propagated within the waveguide. So it is equal to lambda divided by f under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. Next comes impedance, waveguide impedance. So impedance is defined as Zg is equal to Ex divided by Hy or minus Ey by Hx or Ey by Hz, like this. So let's see the equations of Ex, Ey, Hx, Hy from the Maxwell's equations, curl equations. Okay, so now see, after seeing this equation, what you are seeing, Zg was equal to Ex by Hy or Ey by Hx. So let's see this equation, Ex by Hy. This del Ez, this will be cancelled out, and what is left by taking the ratio of Ex and Hy? This is the curl equation. These are curl equations of TM mode. I am taking reference of these equation, curl equation for TM mode. After solving these equation, del cross of E is equal to minus j omega mu h, and del cross of H is equal to j omega epsilon E. When we solve this equation, these types of equations will come into picture, and we are taking reference of these equations for determining the value of impedance here. So Ex by Hy will become beta g over omega epsilon. See, okay, so what we are seeing here, there is one correction in this equation. This equation is minus j beta g by kc square. So the ratio will become beta g over omega epsilon. If you take the ratio minus Ey by Hx, this will also become beta g over omega epsilon. So this equation will, after putting the value of beta g here, this zg will become omega under root mu epsilon under root 1 minus fc by f whole square divided by omega epsilon. This becomes under root mu by epsilon into 1 minus fc by f whole square. What is this value? Under root mu by epsilon, it is equal to eta, intrinsic impedance, 1 minus fc by f whole square, zg. So we'll denote this zg as Tm zg, because this equation is different than the TE mode impedance. If you remember, zg for TE mode was obtained as zg for TE is eta over under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. Okay. Only these equations are different for TE and TM mode. Remaining equations are same in both TE and TM mode. This is Zg Tm eta into under root 1 minus fc by f whole square, and Zg TE is equal to eta divided by under root 1 minus fc by f whole square. Eta is intrinsic impedance, the value of which is 377 ohms. So next is, we already saw that in TM mode the wave TM00 does not exist, because the equations were in the form of sine for Ez. So we saw that TM00 does not exist. TMN0 M0 or TM0N also do not exist, and the lowest mode, the mode which has the lowest cutoff frequency for TM will be TM11 here, and for TE mode we saw TE10 was the dominant mode. What was dominant mode? The mode for waveguide which has the lowest cutoff frequency. Now see, TE10, the frequency, cutoff frequency will be C by 2A. Okay, and for TM11 the frequency will be C by 2. M is 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. Okay, so the lowest cutoff frequency, lowest frequency will be for TE10 mode. After that, any mode could come later on. It will be either TE01, the next mode that will have higher frequency than this TE10 will be either TE01 or TM11, depending upon the value of A and B. Okay, and next it may be TE20 or TM11, anything could be possible, but the frequency mode which has the lowest cutoff frequency will be TE10 mode. Now next comes the important point. Earlier what we assumed, that waveguide was like this, along x-axis, along y-axis. Along x-axis the dimension was considered as A, and y-axis dimension was considered as B, and we considered A was greater than B. For this particular waveguide, when A is greater than B, then the dominant mode for the rectangular waveguide is TE10. However, if the waveguide is something like this, along y-axis the dimension is B, along x-axis the dimension is A, and A is less than B, then in this case the dominant mode will be TE01, whichever has higher dimension. Along y-axis we have the higher dimension, so the dominant mode for dominant mode for rectangular waveguide will be TE01 for A less than B. If A is greater than B, then the dominant mode will be TE10, which is equal to C by 2A, and this is equal to C by 2B. Okay, so dominant mode for this particular waveguide is TE01.